Today we are getting bloody, frustrated, dead, and earning no glory in a little hellish gym called Squad 44. So sit back, fall asleep, or walk away, but leave this video playing for good luck. Let's jump right in and kick things off with touching on the main menu briefly, which is simple and more aesthetically pleasing than me. You also have the option to shuffle through some heavy, end of a sad movie type of music, which can lead to a dark place. Luckily, you aren't here for a dark walk down memory lane, and it is short-lived, as the joy and eagerness for someone to get ragdolled on your screen, which is pretty crazy, sinks in immediately as you join one of maybe a handful of servers. It isn't a secret this game has a small community, and should be noted if you will find an active server is not always guaranteed. There just so happened to be a new content release with WWII when I recorded this video. First thing we have to cover on gameplay is realism, because this game takes it to another level. The amount of times I forgot to reload my stupid ass bolt action rifle and got lucky or claimed a virtual Darwin award,
oh my god, I didn't reload?
Is more than I'd like to admit and downright shameful. The slow to move, switch equipment, stamina effects, and shit your pants flinch when a bullet snaps by you is so damn lifelike. It gives the smallest glimpse into just how intense, daunting, and challenging it must have been advancing forward as a soldier in World War II. I can understand why some gamers would not enjoy this level of realism, and that's okay, but for anyone that enjoys realistic physics and immersive effects, this should tickle your pickle. If you are looking for a World War II milsim that can make you suck a hit from your inhaler due to visual fidelity, then Squad 44 should be on your shortlist in my opinion. Even with some settings turned to low or off, the game environment is still rich and full of lifelike visuals and behavior. It's worthy of praise for being an immersive, gritty battlefield environment with great attention to detail. The lighting, vegetation, debris from explosions are all well done and can easily leave you just enjoying a variety of interactions. While Squad 44 is visually pleasing to look at, be sure to keep watching and don't go buying it right now, if you haven't yet. There is a catch-22 when it comes to the beauty of this title, mostly due to performance optimization issues that I want to cover in a moment. But I want to continue with the realism of Squad 44 first, diving into the coordination, communication, and flow of battle during a match. While the graphics, soldier movement, and effect models are easy to digest, it can be challenging to figure out the logistics and where exactly the enemy are coming from during a battle. With large maps, movement potentially being slow, and objectives having 360 degrees of attack-defend positions, communication is top priority in leadership roles and within a squad to support and execute any strategy. With limited information and capabilities to relay information for lower ranks on a team, the importance of great leadership is magnified in this game. On top of that, no clear explanation on the map or HUD can feel like torture before you get a grasp on what map symbols mean, if you are used to that information flashing in your face like an obnoxious OnlyFans girls promo on an Instagram page geared towards men that has sold out. That is not to say the information is missing, because it is there. You just have to get caught ruffling around in the bushes like you are a furry gone rogue enough times to learn how to comprehend the map and callouts. When it comes to interacting with other players, I have enjoyed all of my experiences with none leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Most everyone stays focused on the objectives while still having a good time or laugh, as this is a game after all.
How the fuck did that guy not die?
Experienced players were always friendly when answering a newbie's question and accepting that everybody is going to make mistakes. They do frown upon team killing, but some is just an additional layer of immersion. Coordination is vital to the game, which results in a very wide range of experiences depending on your team's logistics knowledge and communication between leadership roles. You just have to accept that you will have some of the most amazing games and others that make you want to kick a fence post with your head. Squad 44's sound model is beyond anything I have experienced in a first-person shooter recently. You can hear every detail of the battle and accurately gauge the distance from where you are to an explosion, gunshot, etc. and elevates the experience, bringing everything else more to life. It sucks you into the fight when you hear the chaos and then all of a sudden a brief moment of silence after the snap of a bullet just before the gurgling sound of a player behind you dying. There is not a lot more to say about it except how enjoyable it is to experience well-implemented spatial audio and effects from the environment. The layout of each objective on the maps I have played on so far seems geared towards encouraging teamwork and strategy, which is really enjoyable when the whole team works together. There are obstacles and tasks that require resources and players, which keep solo players from just running off to an advantage point and camping all game. Plus, the capture rotation and flow from objective to objective feels good most of the time. I will say that it felt odd sometimes on Iwo Jima, with the rotation not making sense and hopping around. I can see that possibly being an attempt to limit getting steamrolled by the Americans, but I've been steamrolled because of it, and the team not being able to establish defenses prior to Americans attacking. The overall map designs are good in my opinion, but I did feel there are one too many bushes or hide and peek points throughout maps at times, making it challenging to ever try an alternative flank because I end up dead before I have an idea where the enemy might be. Fighting blindly through bushes is fine when it makes sense, but if I'm not mistaken, not every battle in World War II was fought blindly, pushing bush to bush, and so far quite a bit of fighting has been just that. Okay, fine, with a building sprinkled in here and there. Alright, we can finally talk about the cursed game optimization of this title. It is documented from multiple players around the internet and was no surprise to me when I experienced it for myself. It seems to be luck of the draw, as players with similar specs have reported different overall experiences, but most, if not all, have the same optimization issues at specific spots in a given map. For example, the Iwo Jima tunnel system at the time of this video has some intense optimization issues, bringing frames down between 10 and 20 per second, with almost a slideshow effect at moments. For any first-person shooter that requires accurate and consistent inputs, this is a big concern. It certainly has led to poor interactions with enemies, like most, if not all of my deaths, and almost inducing nausea from the stutter and trying to follow what's happening on screen. With that being said, I didn't experience this 24/7, and there are some settings that did seem to help give me more consistent, stable frames most of the time after changing. Lowering shadows was recommended, and the first setting I changed to low. The second change I made was turning DLSS on and setting it to balanced. These changes together have kept me above 40 frames most of the time. While new content is awesome and appreciated, I think we all know the core gameplay experience is what makes or breaks a game. It is not the current studio's fault for the poor optimization, but I do hope for the potential future of this title that they invest in the resource-heavy yet very impactful improvements this game needs on the back end. Nostalgia is wearing off, and more gamers are waking up to the fact we've lost quality for profit from medium, big studios as a whole. I hope this game's revival can reach a broader audience with its optimization issues behind it, so it doesn't get pegged as the same from completely new audiences. My final thoughts on Squad 44 would be that this is a testament to the importance of coordinated teamwork with a deeply immersive design across all elements that challenges you to strategize, communicate, and adapt in real time or get steamrolled by a team that can. The game mechanics, visuals, and sound design together establish a strong sense of battlefield atmosphere and intense experience that no other World War II based first-person shooter can replicate from my experience. While it is not all rainbows and sunshine with some daunting bugs, such as the optimization bringing a thunderstorm to shit on your parade at times, it can be frustrating to be pulled away from what is otherwise an incredible experience when this happens. But it is not constant, and each person's experience seems to vary, with only certain areas impacting everyone and their mom. Alright, so is this game for you? If you are a realism junkie above all else and are looking for a slower, organic, what it would have been like experience that emphasizes communication and teamwork, this game is for you without a doubt, as it can bring that experience to you on a somewhat dented but still fine dining silver platter. On the other hand, this game is not for you if you game at odd hours or can't handle bugs and realistic design mechanics, since you may end up having a terribly annoying experience, or none at all if nobody else is online. That wraps up my review of Squad 44. I hope you enjoyed watching. If so, please leave a like and subscribe to be notified about future videos. If you have played Squad 44, I'd like to hear about your experience and thoughts on the game in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and remember to smile.